and they're going to the crash site. So do you know where them two are arguing what they're doing? And all the policemen will do, as long as there's nobody injured, they'll just get the cars moved off the main road onto the so when you break down, you park up on what they call a hard shoulder. And this is all because of that. That's why it's very important that you have a safe gap from the vehicle in front. Very important. You can see the policeman right at the top of the road. Yeah. Yeah. And he's not going to do anything special. Do you know the policeman, when he comes to a scene of an accident, especially a traffic policeman, he's not there to argue whose fault the accident was. All his job is simply to make sure traffic flows. That is it. He's not bothered whose fault it is. So all you can do is ring your insurance company, get the car towed away, recovered, whatever. But the policeman will not say, okay, it's your fault or it's his fault, and you'll get paid out. And for some reason, people assume the first thing you need to do is, when you stop, is to ring the police. It's not. If you're not injured, the police, it's not their problem. You know, take pictures. You know, if you've had an accident, take pictures, etc. You know, his details, your details, and that's it. Nothing else you can do. And leave it to your insurance company. But accidents in the motorway only happen when drivers drive too fast. When you're going really quick and you're not concentrating on the road, when you're on your phone and whatever, doing whatever, that's when this happens. It's when drivers lose concentration. This is why most now car stereos have infotainment displays where you can use your Spotify, not your Netflix, everything else on your phone. If your car can use Netflix while you are driving, or play videos on here while you're driving, it's not from the manufacturer. They won't permit you in this country. So if you're watching something that distracts you, you'll get into trouble. Even if you've got your phone in a cradle and you're watching YouTube while you're driving, or like a football match, or video calling your sister or something, you mustn't video call your sister while you're driving. Talking to her is fine. You know, as long as it's in a cradle, it's secure and it's not distracting you. But traffic is still moving. And do you know why this happens? People are just nosing. They call it rubbernecking. They're just watching, saying, oh, okay. And then they're driving, but they're slowing down, and that causes more accidents. This is why they encourage you, you know, when somebody does have an accident, if there's nothing you can do, just get out of there. Stop watching them, stop staring at them. And it's actually, you know, especially when drivers film it. When they film it and then they upload it for likes or whatever, or just to show people what's going on. Especially if they're driving. Passenger, fine. But genuinely, the motorway isn't as hard as people think. It's not. You'll get used to it. Once you've driven a few times, you'll get to understand. As long as you're travelling a little slower and you're able to process it. So the first time you come on, travel at a safe speed. Yeah. 60, 63, 45 is fine. Just get used to it, and then once you get a bit more used to it, then go a little quicker, and then never over the maximum, which is 70. Do you know if you press that button there and look down there, it should show, press it once, it says cruise. Now you know that button, push it down, then let go of the gas and don't touch the brake. The car, hold the wheel though, the car will stop itself. It will then move itself. It's called adaptive cruise control.
That's bad.
And this is what they encourage you to start using while you're driving. So at the moment the car will stop itself, it will then move, it will keep up with traffic at 20 miles. Now grip the wheel a second and then let go. Oh, not let go, I mean like do whatever you're doing, but let it register that you're alive in the car. I hope there's a fire engine on that side, so hopefully they're safe and they're sound and they're not injured. But if somebody in the vehicle that's injured, they'll cut the vehicle and bring them out. Grip the wheel again so it knows that you're alive. Otherwise it thinks you've gone to sleep and the car stop moving. And this is good for this kind of driving, stopping and starting the vehicle. So you just gently move it, it'll stop itself, don't worry. Yeah, look, can you feel it?
Yeah.
And you can set the speed to whatever speed you want. So currently it's at 20, and if you keep your finger on it, it'll keep increasing the speed to whatever speed you think is appropriate. In this country, legislation hasn't approved hand-free driving, so you have to have your hands on the wheel. But essentially it does what Tesla does. But it's just legislation doesn't allow, so it hasn't passed, so it can't change. I mean, the only thing it can't do is change lanes. Teslas can change lanes, this can't. Now touch the gas, that's it. Now let go of the gas and it'll do itself. That's because you stop for more than 5 seconds. Then it'll beep, it'll say touch the gas or flick the switch. Put this on your arm and then it won't, you won't burn your arm. Do you know with the sun? I'm alright this side. Sun's on that. Oh, you're right on there. Okay. Sorry, the sun's burning your leg. On my side it's cool. I'm around this side. The sun's on your side, so you'll have one arm that's black and one arm that's white.
Right.
So soon they're going to pass legislation where if your car has adaptive cruise control and it's on and you have an accident, you won't be liable.
Okay, yeah.
As long as your cruise control was on. And the reason for that is if somebody goes in the back of your car, you're not in control of that, are you? Put some away from me, please. And that in the distance is Burnley. Right over there, you can see them, the fans, I don't know what to call them, but they're in the distance. Wind farm, that's it, wind farm, generates electricity.
This is good if you've been so lazy.
It's just so easy when the car drives itself. All you do is just squeeze the wheel every so often, and then that thing will kind of think you're asleep. But it's positive, it means you're not holding the wheel so tight like you used to do. It's lovely. and this will be slowly holding traffic back, and it'll be picking up, you know, momentum very quickly. Lots and lots of vehicles will be stopping now. So soon this will be an all traffic announcement saying, oh, there's been an accident on the M1 ferry bridge, they call this area. So, you know, there's been an accident here, sorry bridge, sorry, and they'll say, look, avoid the area. And it's very, very quick this happens. Like traffic, especially in the motor, because traffic moves very quickly and lots of vehicles are on the motorway.
I'm guessing it's still ongoing then.
Yeah. Well, them lanes are actually going to come into this lane.
Oh,
So everyone moves into them lane, but remember the vehicle stopped in that lane.
it did.
They had an accident in the outside lane. So what the policeman's going to do is just ask them to move their cars if there's nobody injured. But if there's somebody that's injured, they're going to cut the roof off the car. That means that motorway just stops. And then soon you might see a fire engine coming along this road. If you see the fire engine, that means there's definitely something gone wrong. And that's usually when they have like very fast accidents or high impact accidents. Yeah, we can hear it, can't we? Is it the fire engine?
It's a fire engine though.
Yeah, it looks like it's quite severe. I mean, what they do, that's why they come onto the hard shoulder, and that's essentially what it's there for. Is that the fire engine?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I think it, yeah.
Okay.
So that means unfortunately they'll be cutting the people out.
Oh, okay.
It's like something really bad. And that's the same fire engine that was coming from that side.
Yeah. He did what we did, didn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's done, yeah. He's just done a UE.
It must be really serious then.
Yeah, it must be very, yeah, it must be very serious. People don't realise, you know, even small impacts, you know, at very high speed. Even if it's a little clip, it's at such a high speed. And if somebody's not well in the car, if they're asleep, not wearing a seatbelt, something, it goes disastrously wrong for them.